Some secret settings hidden within your phone to not only improve frame rate, but also ping, and especially some tips and tricks for all of you low-end device players out there. We're going to break it all down and get started right now. What's going on, guys? This is Riggs and welcome back to another PUBG Mobile video. Now, this is going to be an important video for those of you that are struggling with frame rate, that are struggling with high ping, and specifically for those of you playing on low-end device players. We've actually featured, or it was actually a reaction video that we did to a low-end device player. And it was insane, the response and how many people are actually playing on phones that have 3 gigabytes or less, and the struggles that all of you guys are going through. Now, this is going to be kind of a mini feature as well. Someone who knows a lot about struggling with low-end devices is someone that goes by the name of Hellfire. And believe it or not, he was actually the person who won the OnePlus giveaway that I did here on the channel about a month ago. So huge shout out to him. And I will have a link to his channel down in the description. He just hit 50. That's right. Not 50,000. 50 subscribers on his YouTube channel. Go ahead and show him how the Riggs Army does it. Again, his link to his channel will be down in the description. So he was playing on the Stylo 5, which is actually a 3 gigabyte RAM phone. He is now upgraded to the OnePlus 7T, which was the phone that he won right here on the channel. But he does have some tips and tricks for those of you that are struggling on low-end devices. So we'll go ahead and jump right into it, and I'm gonna break down the tips and tricks before we get into the secret settings that all you guys can apply on your phone. So the first tip that he has, though, which is to play on low sound quality. He says high sound quality makes the game run even worse than it often already does on a low-end device. So adjusting your sound quality within your settings can drastically improve your phone and how it runs PUBG Mobile. All right, tip number 2, and this one is kind of common sense, but don't hot drop like we saw in the reaction video that we had with the 2 gigabyte RAM Conquer. Don't hot drop. Specifically, not only do buildings not render in, but of course, you can get stuck on something that you might not see, something like a rock, a fence, a wall, that even though it doesn't show up on your phone, it is in fact actually there, and you often can get stuck on different objects. And especially for those of you ranking, just if you're playing on a low-end device, do not hot drop. All right, tip number 3 is try to avoid close range fights. Hellfire says the drop frames is 10 times worse in CQC because the device has to basically connect to the server and register so much information that it literally overloads the phone. So with that, he mentions to keep fights mid to long range. And if your phone is available, we do know that there are unfortunately some phones out there that do not even have the capability to turn gyro on. But if you do have the ability and you haven't learned how to do it, if it's possible, turn on gyro. Long range accuracy will improve when you are using gyro. So again, low-end devices, if you have gyro, try to use it, because the majority of your fights that you're going to be engaging in should at least be mid to long range. All right, fam, here we go. This is the moment you've all been waiting for, the reason why you have clicked on this video, and that is the secret settings, how you can improve your frame rate as well as your ping, especially for those of you that are struggling in those 2 departments. Any Android phone is able to do this. Doesn't matter if it's a low-end device or if it's like the phone that I'm on, which is the OnePlus 8T. All Android phones have this capability. So step number 1, we need to go ahead and open up the settings, okay? Once you open up the settings, you have to go to the very bottom. It might not be on the bottom on your particular device, but on mine, it's where it says About Phone, and that is at the very bottom. We're gonna go ahead and click that. Next thing you do is you scroll until it says Software Version. Now, when you go ahead and click it once, nothing happens. So what you do is you have to kind of spam click where it says Software Version, like so. And I'm trying to get it so I can go ahead and back out. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and enter in our PIN, which of course I'll edit out. Okay, so now we've entered in our PIN. Let's go ahead and enter. Now, notice on the bottom it says, you are now a developer. So there's now going to be an option in there that was not available before. So we'll just go ahead and exit out of everything. So now we're basically a developer on the phone. Now we're going to go back into our settings, okay? Open up settings. Then we're going to go ahead and go down to systems right here, which was always available. This was the part that was not available before. Now it says developer options. So unless you spam toggle the software version that we did earlier, the developer options will not show up. We can go ahead and click developer options, and this is where the secret settings are. This is the bread and butter that will help you improve certain aspects of the game. All right, so now that we are in the developer options, the first thing we're going to do is help you reduce your latency, which is going to be under logger buffer sizes. Again, this is on all Android devices, whether it's high-end or low-end devices. Now, because I'm on a high-end device, it's already selected, but for many of you, the 16M will not be selected because many phones, especially phones that aren't gaming phones, don't have these certain settings selected because they're just kind of for a neutral audience or a neutral group that isn't trying to play games on their phone. So these types of options aren't selected. So go ahead and select 16M, which will help reduce your latency. Now for the next one, it actually doesn't show up on my phone, but for low-end devices it does, and it's either going to be under one of two things, gaming mode or gaming tools. Depending on your phone, it's different. Select gaming mode or gaming tools, and make sure you have the resolution turned down low and the frame rate high. Frame rate is king for those of you playing on low-end devices that want to perform better. All right, and for the very last thing, this is going to be the graphics driver preference. So what you're going to go ahead and do, again, we're still in the developer options, graphic driver preferences. You go ahead and select that. And this is going to have all different types of apps that you already have downloaded on your phone. So of course, because we're talking about PUBG Mobile, the greatest game of all time, we're going to go ahead and select PUBG Mobile, and you can either select default or systems graphic driver. What Hellfire said about this particular mode is try each one of these. Try the default, see how it is, or go ahead and upgrade to the systems graphics driver and see if you have any difference in your gameplay and overall phone performance. All right, and the coolest part about it is I got a chance to play with Hellfire to really see the difference from when he went from a low-end device to a high-end device. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some of that gameplay. Plus, a lot of guys have actually been asking to show more gameplay or my gameplay on the channel. So we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, so that's going to do it. I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Not only do we go over tips and tricks specifically to help those of you that are playing PUBG Mobile on low-end devices, but also secret settings that for those of you that struggle with frame rate, that struggle with having a low latency or ping, ways that you can improve that using these secret settings that are built right into your phone. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. But until the very next one, this has been Riggs from ŁØBx Gaming.